one of the greatest boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. I just see some of these things, and this is just my personal feeling. This is not a movie. This is not Rocky 3, where Rocky is going against Thunderbolt. Ooh, that was his name, or Hulk Hogan, okay?
Floyd is not interested in boxing anymore.
Okay.
So he's interested in cashing in on events.
Before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I don't want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So this is it. This is what I'm waiting for.
Sports commentators StephenASmith and Max Kellerman triggered fresh discussion after criticizing Floyd Mayweather Jr. over a possible rematch with Manny Pacquiao, following Mayweather's statement calling the fight an exhibition despite reports that official contracts for a full bout have already been signed. StephenASmith further suggested that Mayweather could be deliberately employing mental games in this situation.
I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
Similar to StephenASmith, several analysts believe that Floyd Mayweather Jr. describing the Manny Pacquiao rematch as an exhibition may be a planned strategy rather than real uncertainty or a contract issue, by presenting the fight in a more controversial or provocative way. They suggest he could be aiming to attract additional attention and conversation around the event.
I think that this is just a selling point. I think ultimately Mayweather has to agree to whatever the contract is. If it's a fight. I think one of the comments the other day really made a point that, one of the comments in our chat made a point that, has really stuck with me. Mayweather has to know the terms he agreed to. Come on, I mean, you can't just sign something and not know those terms. He's got to know that if it is, in fact, it has to be a fight, then he would do this. And he knows he's got to go through with a fight. He may just be saying this just to sell the fight in general, just you sell it as, make it a talking point, make it a controversial point, so that people want to wind up, talking about it more. It becomes a topic of discussion, and then from that perspective, people end up watching. More people end up watching it because it becomes more of a polarizing topic of conversation. So I don't know. I see this eventually getting straightened out. I think it has to. I mean, Floyd has to fight right now. I think Mayweather probably wants to fight right now. Mayweather wants to fight and probably has to fight right now, and Pacquiao seems to want to and have to as well. So in one way or another, I think it's going to hit.
The controversy began when Floyd Mayweather Jr. publicly called the rematch an exhibition, going against not only statements made by Manny Pacquiao but also the expectations of promoters, broadcasters, and other stakeholders tied to the event's organization. This abrupt change in narrative quickly triggered concerns and warning signs.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he might saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what's his feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or not.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
The Sphere still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean,
yeah. Okay, so it's still happening then.
I have to remember that.
But it's still on. It's still happening.
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why.
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't? Yeah.
All right. You look good. You look already in shape. What adjustments do you think you're gonna make for the rematch? Adjustments compared to the first fight.
I have the improved and better strategy compared to the last one.
Manny Pacquiao Promotions has alleged that Floyd Mayweather Jr. violated the agreement, stating that he had already signed several contracts confirming the match as a professional bout, and that evidence exists to support this, including electronic signatures and official documentation.
There's been a breach of contract in terms of what Mayweather had to say the fight weekend of Fundora and Thurman. Apparently he did an interview, said that it was an exhibition, that these guys didn't have anything to prove, that their legends were already set in stone, and that it would be an exhibition. He wasn't sure if it was going to be at the Sphere. Apparently, that is not true. According to a Boxing Scene article that interviewed Jazz Mathur, the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, said that, yes, the fight is contracted for the Sphere, booked at the Sphere, scheduled at the Sphere for September 19th. It is booked as a professional fight, not as an exhibition. It was never booked as an exhibition, which makes sense because Netflix got behind it, and I would assume that they would not want an exhibition. We said the other day, I think it was actually yesterday, we said that this fight has to be a real fight and not an exhibition because, one, Netflix Netflix is involved. 2, Manny Pacquiao wants that get back, and 2, also just betting lines. It's a huge aspect of this sport, and this kind of fight is going to generate a ton of money.
Max Kellerman strongly claims that in a rematch, Manny Pacquiao would defeat Floyd Mayweather Jr. comfortably. He highlights that Pacquiao has remained more active in recent years, showing faster combinations and a non-stop fighting rhythm, which he believes could overpower Mayweather.
Pacquiao is the active, sharper fighter by the time he fights Floyd in a rematch, and Floyd would be in danger of being stopped. And in that fight, there is a very good chance that Pacquiao will stop Floyd Mayweather. What?
Manny Pacquiao has repeatedly insisted on a formal rematch, clearly opposing the idea of it being held as an exhibition. He states that the fight should be recognized as a proper professional bout rather than a promotional showcase. This position is in direct contrast with the reported stance of Floyd Mayweather Jr., which makes it less likely for the event to proceed under exhibition terms or without a fully agreed competitive contract.
It's up to him. If he come out to retirement, then we'll have a Mayweather Pacquiao too.
Would you do an exhibition with him, or would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want if Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight. Like there's a...
Sources claim that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was given advance money connected to a deal for a sanctioned professional bout with Manny Pacquiao. The payments are said to have been issued under the condition that the fight would take place as an official contest, leading to questions about whether altering the bout status would breach the original agreement.
Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his purse for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao rematch on Netflix, despite it currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like partially, but still, what? So if this is to be believed, and this is via ESPN, this is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Coppinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record and still make...
StephenASmith has consistently voiced criticism toward Floyd Mayweather Jr., raising doubts about the level of challengers the unbeaten fighter has faced over the past years.
When you're that great and you're that elite, no one not just anyone deserves to be in a ring with you, even if you are retired, even if it is for exhibition purposes. A lot of people out there wish they could be in the ring, on a basketball court with a LeBron James. All right? You don't deserve it. You're not him. You're not on his level. He's so elite. He's so phenomenal. You don't deserve to be in that arena with him unless you've earned it. So that's just how I look at it. These exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Mayweather.
Max Kellerman claims that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built a pattern of accepting profitable, low-risk matchups against YouTube personalities and UFC fighters who are not top-level boxers, which lets him secure large earnings while avoiding dangerous fights against elite active professionals.
Floyd was like, well, actually, from the fighter's point of view, my best interest is take minimal risk, maximum reward, not get hit, get out with all my money and all my marbles, right? Like, that's in the fighter's best interest. Fighters and fans' interests diametrically opposed. And so what Floyd figured out after a while, for example, with Pacquiao, Stephen A., is I don't have to fight this dude at the height of his powers. I can wait. Okay, I'll fight him now. Now there's pent-up demand. I'm going to make 5 times more than I would have made back then to fight a guy who's not as dangerous as he was back then. That's smart. And then what he realized is, wait a minute, because Conor McGregor's rise, I don't even have to fight fighters, boxers. I can fight dudes who don't box and make $100 million. Now, what fool wouldn't do that if he could? Why fight a guy who's trained his whole life to box you for $30 million when you can fight a guy who hasn't trained his whole life boxing for $100 million? Well, of course, Floyd's right about that, so that's what he did. And since then, he's realized, Stephen A., he never has to get in the ring with a dude who's trained his whole life to box and he can make money. Whether it's a Japanese kickboxer, right, who's smaller than him, whether it's Logan Paul, who's a YouTube star who's twice his size, it doesn't matter. If you haven't trained in boxing your whole life, it's easy work for Floyd at any age and he's going to make tens and tens of millions of dollars.
Adding further to the dispute is Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s ongoing participation in exhibition matches against non-boxers and crossover athletes. It has also been claimed that his scheduled exhibition events, including a bout involving kickboxer Mike Zambitas, may potentially breach the contract related to Manny Pacquiao.
This could be one of the most detrimental moments in Floyd Mayweather's career. Floyd Mayweather is back. Iron Mike Zambitas is actually from K1, and this dude was a monster. From the highlights I've seen, he would walk up to you, fire off combinations, and send your chin into the fourth dimension. Here's the only problem. His last fight was 10 years ago. So I don't expect Zambitas to, put on a masterful performance against Mayweather and beat him, but I also don't expect Mayweather to do a lot of damage to Zambitas. Mayweather's 48 years old. Mike Zambitas is 45 years old. If Mike Zambitas comes in and he's got that, quick style where he can just unload pressure on Floyd Mayweather, again, this could be a huge moment for Zambitas and a detrimental moment for Mayweather. So, what do you think of Floyd Money Mayweather versus Iron Mike?
Even with the surrounding controversy continuing, Jazz Mather has maintained that the rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is still proceeding as planned and is intended to be a sanctioned professional fight. He expects the event to deliver high-intensity, strong competition, and to meet its global expectations, noting that both fighters remain in solid shape and sharp form despite their age, reinforcing that this is meant to be a legitimate contest rather than an exhibition.
The demand is going to match up to the expectations.
Better. I think that demand-wise, look, people are always going to have comments. They're always going to have something to say. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are saying, oh, this fight's not going to do that great. Or why are they doing this? They're so old. They're this, that. Those are going to be the first people that are going to want to watch it. I think leading up closer to the fight, when people start seeing their training camp videos, they're going to be like, wow, like this is not a joke. These guys are in serious conditioning, right? There's a lot of time you see boxers, they're in their early 20s, they're great. And when they hit their mid 30s, they're completely out and they just can't continue anymore. These guys are different. They're built different. They are different. There's a reason why they're global icons, not just boxers.
According to Jazz Mather, the planned rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is expected to take place over 10 to 12 rounds using 8-ounce gloves. He stated that these conditions are intended to balance competitiveness with the fighter's late career fitness, prioritizing both safety and entertainment. Pacquiao's team is pushing for a 147-pound welterweight limit, though the final weight has not been confirmed and still requires approval from Mayweather's camp. Talks continue to ensure fairness while supporting the bout's major global appeal.
Get into some of the key particulars as well. How many rounds is the fight? What weight will it be contested at? What ounce gloves will be used? Can you share some details there?
So 10 to 12 rounds, 8-ounce gloves. The weight has not been confirmed yet. Okay, we're still waiting on Floyd's side for this one, but it'll be we're hoping around 147 is what Manny wants.
Gotcha. And it sounds like the rounds could be either 10 or 12?
10 or 12, yeah.
And these will be 3-minute rounds?
Yeah.
Max Kellerman notes that the first meeting between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao was not only a bout but the most profitable fight of its time, widely known as the fight of the century, producing huge global revenue and attention. He says this is why Netflix is strongly backing a rematch to recreate that success and nostalgia for today's viewers. The 2015 event reportedly set pay-per-view and gate records. Kellerman believes the new fight is being shaped more as a nostalgic spectacle than a peak-level competitive matchup.
I mean, when people say the biggest fight in boxing history, if you don't adjust for inflation, et cetera, or tickets sold, et cetera, Joe Louis and Max Schmeling, the rematch, Ali and Frazier, the first fight, these were the biggest fights in boxing history. But Mayweather and Pacquiao was easily the biggest fight of its era, of the generation. And it was the highest grossing fight of all time because it had 4.4 million pay-per-view buys at $100 a pop. Do the math, right? It's interesting because Netflix is obviously in the business of, you said, eventizing. Yes. They want enormous events that become shared experiences. In a way, in this day and age, partly because of delivery systems of content like Netflix, everything is so niche. Everything is so compartmentalized that there's very few shared experiences. It's one of the reasons that the NFL is such.
Max Kellerman discusses legacy and pound-for-pound status, debating whether Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather Jr. holds greater historical importance. The panel is divided on how to define greatness in boxing. Some highlight Mayweather's unbeaten record, elite defense, and technical precision. Others point to Pacquiao's aggressive style, risk-taking approach, and success across multiple weight divisions. While Mayweather is often viewed as the more refined defensive boxer, Pacquiao is credited with facing tougher challenges and broader achievements. Both are recognized among the sport's all-time greats, leaving the debate ultimately subjective and unresolved.
What happened in Mayweather Pacquiao? Are you interested in it?
Yep.
Is it a good fight?
Yeah,
I'll be watching.
Yeah, watch it. The first one was awful, but now they're 50 years old. Let's see it.
But you didn't like the first one.
No, I didn't.
I'm not watching. You didn't like that, Max?
No, the first fight.
So when they wasn't grandpas,
that fight went more or less how I thought it would go. I always thought it would go that way.
But you like Pacquiao more.
No, I didn't like the fact that it
Who's
was
your favorite fighter, Pacquiao or Floyd?
Come on,
we know it's Pacquiao.
No, actually, Floyd. Watching Floyd fight is actually more my style of that perfect boxer.
That's
when I do a pound-for-pound ranking. I'm trying to be objective. Pacquiao jumped more weight classes. What he did pound-for-pound to me was more impressive.
But you have him over Floyd.
But I never thought Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd.
Manny Pacquiao has stepped up his training for a much-awaited rematch with Floyd Mayweather Jr., preparing as if it were a full professional fight with real stakes. Known for strict discipline, he is said to complete 30 to 36 rounds of training daily, a routine he has long used to develop stamina, speed, and sharpness. Pacquiao continues to stress that the bout is not an exhibition but a genuine contest requiring full focus. His intense workload reflects his strong work ethic and commitment to peak condition, even late in his career, showing determination and respect for competition.
I don't need somebody to push me to work hard, work more, but I did. I always put that in my mind when I'm in training. I have to do an extra mile to get that condition. Like, for example, my fight is 12 rounds, so I'm doing 30 rounds, at least 30 to 36 rounds every day. So that's that's 30 rounds and 36 rounds that's a hard push, like not like taking lightly, but just push 30 rounds. So when I get to the ring, so whatever happens, I have stamina, I have gas, whatever happens. So that's what makes the fans happy and enjoy the show because of action. If I'm a fan, if I'm a fan, I'm going to watch a fight. So I want to see a fight that more on action because that's what I want to see.
Manny Pacquiao has repeatedly stated that his position on the rematch with Floyd Mayweather Jr. is firm and non-negotiable. He insists the fight must be a sanctioned professional bout rather than an exhibition. Pacquiao says the signed agreement clearly defines a real contest, and he expects those terms to be followed. He has no interest in a staged event, stressing his aim is a high-level fight that counts on both records. For him, it is about legacy, credibility, and a truly competitive matchup fans can trust.
Manny, you mentioned not being 100% the first time around. I think it was a shoulder, right? Was it a shoulder issue that you were fighting through, popped up during training? To the fans who are excited about this, but a little bit worried about another injury coming up, because we're all 11 years older than we were back in 2015. To them and their concerns, you say what?
Well, both of us are disciplined fighters, so him and me, we taking care of our body, and then we always work out almost every day and playing basketball like that. So right now, I still can fight. I feel like I'm still young. I mean, nothing.
Do you think Mayweather is making a smart business move here, or is it damaging boxing's credibility? Share your opinion in the comments below.